LaMar Freeman Clark was born December 1st, 1933 in Cedar City, Utah, and he died November 5th, 2006 in West Jordan, Utah. He was aged 72. He was an American professional boxer who fought in the heavyweight division. He was active from 1958 to 1961 and fought a recorded 46 times in his 3-year career, mostly in his home state of Utah. The Guinness Book of World Records lists Clark as the boxer with the most consecutive knockouts at 42 and also the most knockouts in one night at 6. Clark's knockout streak garnered him nationwide press attention, though some commentators have derided the poor quality of his opposition. Clark claimed an amateur record of 25-2, winning a regional Golden Gloves championship in the process. Clark was managed by Merv Jensen, who also managed middleweight champion Gene Fulmer. He made his professional debut on January 4th, 1958, winning a 6-round decision over John Hicks. Subsequently, Clark won his next 44 bouts by knockout. The Historical Dictionary of Boxing describes the quality of his opposition in these bouts as poor. None was a rated contender, and most had little or no professional experience. In a December 1959 column reflecting on Clark's long KO streak, Red Smith wrote, "Up to now, Clark has been whipping sheep herders and streetcar conductors, and thus reserved judgment on his ability." To build publicity for Clark, Jensen arranged for him to fight twice in one night. Clark won both bouts by KO. Clark followed up by knocking out 3 opponents on November 10th, 1958, and 6 opponents on December 1st, 1958, including 5 in the first round and 1 within 7 seconds. Another of Clark's wins was against Tony Burton, who later appeared in the Rocky movies, in a bout refereed by Jack Dempsey. On January 11th, 1960, Clark knocked out Kenneth Hayden, his 44th consecutive knockout, surpassing the previous record held by Billy Fox. In April 1960, Clark was matched with Bartolo Soni, described as a tough journeyman who had never been knocked out. Clark was unable to KO Soni and was himself stopped in the 9th round. Clark then fought Pete Rademacher, the 1956 Olympic gold medalist and former heavyweight title contender. Rademacher won by a 10th round knockout. His last fight was on April 19th, 1961 against Cassius Clay, later Muhammad Ali. Clay broke Clark's nose and knocked him out in the 2nd round. Clark retired after this fight. Other sources state that Clark had about 42 to 45 knockouts. On record, he has a total of 51 total fights, 47 wins, 45 wins by KO, 3 losses, and 1 draw. After retiring from boxing, Clark worked as a track foreman for the railroad operations at Kennecott's Bingham Canyon Mine until retiring in 1984. Clark died on November 5th, 2006, aged 72. Clark was survived by his wife of 46 years, Brenda, and his daughters Nicole Clark Romano, Sharice Jones, and Teresa Clark, as well as son-in-laws Tony Romano, Brent Jones, and Teresa's son Dylan LaMar Clark. I do have to admit that I had a little bit of it wasn't really that hard to find the cemeteries. The GPS coordinates on Google Earth or Google Maps was a little bit off. I was coming from the south to go north on the road that's right by the main entrance, and it was just like off by maybe like half mile to a mile. The Google Maps brought me to like a construction site that was just opposite of the cemetery fence, so I just went up a little bit farther and I had to take a right and maybe go like a quarter of a mile to find the entrance of the cemetery. But once in the cemetery and I got parked, it took me no more than 5 minutes to find where the actual headstone was, where you can see on the screen right now. It took me no more than like 5 minutes to walk over there. The reason why it took me a little bit long, it's not a big cemetery at all. It took me a little bit long to get there because I was trying to get some of this B-roll footage for this video. But once I got there, you can see it just looks like a normal headstone. It doesn't look like it's anything fancy or anything like that. But it was awesome to come here and document it. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the rest of the video. I just wanted to put some more B-roll footage in there. I read off the majority of his boxing career. Looks like he also had his boxing stance was orthodox. He was 5'10", and he was in the heavyweight class. Not really much more to report on other than that. Anyways, if you like this video, please share this video on social media, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whatever you decide to make it on. Whatever you decide to share it on, that'd be really appreciated. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at _photos. I'll go ahead and put it up on the screen here in a second so that way you can find it. I mostly post on there, and I'll post here on YouTube every once in a while. Anyways, thank you for watching this. Give it a like. Don't forget to comment down below. You know, all the normal spiel that all the other YouTubers ask you to do. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you later. Bye.